Hello, she's Trixie, and I'm Sarah, and this is Our Yarn World, a place we come to share the love of yarn crafting and all that it gives us and what we hope it gives you. We're on episode 200 today.
Yes.
Huge milestone. Sadly, we have nothing to necessarily formally celebrate at this time, as we have in the past with some other milestones. But some of it has more to do with just what we're already doing this year, at this time, that the celebration's happening, because we're already doing the craftiest time of the year.
Yeah.
We're on episode 4 of it. We do an 8-part series. At the beginning of November we start it, and at the end of December it ends. It is the time of year in which we're doing presents, getting things ready, and trying to finish up all the whips that we might have left undone. Here's to hoping. But yes, it is our craftiest time of the year. We're on a rundown. We're kind of just like booking it, seeing what we can get done, and we're just kind of having you guys along for the ride. So we're gonna share with you today what we have done. Just to preface, today's a little bit different because we are in the week of Thanksgiving. We normally film 2 days before we actually post. You'll be seeing this on Black Friday. Normally we film on the Wednesday beforehand. So because of that, we're stuck in the middle of the kids being on break for Thanksgiving.
Yes.
My kids are off screen and they are trying to use their best self-control, but I am not guaranteeing that they will be fully successful. So if you hear anything, it might be them. Normally we have complete silence, but I just figured I would let you know. And if one of us has to go off screen, it's just because we're trying to help them with something they need help with.
Yes.
Otherwise, please enjoy the show.
Yes. Well, I'm going to show you something that I have made for somebody that I'm gifting. And it is a sun catcher, but it's big. These, I believe, Sarah, I need confirmation on this. These we can get at Dollar Tree, right? These hoops?
Yes.
Isn't this what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in the Dollar Tree section, there, at least in our location, they have a crafting aisle. And these, I think, are supposed to be meant to make wreaths. I think they're supposed to be frames for wreaths because they have all those different things that you can collect, like the fake plants and the fake garland and stuff that you can then wrap around the hoops. But they come in 3 different sizes, and this is the middle size.
Yeah. So I was able to, I had 2 of the same size.
I think this is the 8-inch one.
And so I wanted to make one for one of my friends. She loves deep red.
So like rubies and garnet.
And I had a necklace that I was able to just take apart, but this section of the necklace I kept together so that I could just use it and put the pendant at the bottom,
Which is brilliant.
and then another section of the necklace was used at the bottom to hold the second prism.
I think that's so clever.
So she can hang it outside and it will just brilliantly hit the sun.
So right down here is where the bottom prism is, and so it's gonna dangle like that.
And then we have the top chain to hang it wherever, and
it's on a spinner.
Yeah.
So it's able to rotate.
Yeah,
I love it.
with the ball chain to hold it wherever she wants to put it.
You're getting really clever with these. Like, I feel like some of these designs are coming to you a lot more naturally than they... Not saying that you've failed any of them, because you haven't, but, like, you're getting quicker. I've seen you make these, and she's, like... She'll be like, these beads go with these ones, these beads go with these ones go here. And she has them all in, like, a tray. And then all of a sudden she's measuring out the wire, and then she's going. And it can be done within 15 minutes. And I'm like, I did not think it would be that fast.
Well, this one took a little longer, but yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I do have, okay, her colors. She wanted, she likes silver. Let me see if I'm getting this right. She likes gold in the winter and silver in the summer. And so I just decided to introduce both of them into the design because she could have it out all seasons.
Honestly, this feels very close to like a traditional Christmas feel.
Except there's no green.
Still,
Yeah.
that goldy bronze with that deep red, if she paired it with any sort of pine or ivy, it would work with that.
Yep.
But if she decided to put it in something else, I'm sure that with brighter colors, this would also just as shine.
And it would be for Valentine's. It could be for Christmas. It could be for all year.
If she put sunflowers around this thing too, this would brighten up as well.
So I do have silver and the ruby red and gold, and then a faceted, like blackish, dark color, and then iridescent faceted. So all 5 of those just kept repeating all the way around until it was done. And so that's one thing that I'm gifting. And then the blanket that I am still working on is just it's a scrappy. I have used all kinds of different yarns on this. In fact, I went to the thrift store, found some more, and just started incorporating those into it. But I have the basics: 10 millimeter hook, 2 strands of 4-ply yarn, and a half double crochet. I went 101. I chained 101 and come back 100. So this is going to be a large, nice blanket for someone who wants to just cuddle up on the couch, or lay on the couch and take a nap, or sit in your chair and just cuddle up. But I'm still working on it. But just all different colors are incorporated into this. And
I haven't seen this one yet.
yeah, no, it's just been something I've been working on. And I'm not quite sure where. I think I might be a little more than halfway done with it at this point.
It's really nice.
But I found this yarn at the thrift store the other day, so I decided to put it into it. And then I'm using this
oh, it's pretty.
I cannot think of the name of this.
It's like a mauve purple.
It's
a pastel. A matte.
it's a blue, but I cannot think of the name of it right now.
Magenta.
Magenta's red.
No, that's right. Magenta is red.
Periwinkle blue.
Yep.
And
For some reason, I'm thinking Blue's Clues.
yes,
Right
and that's exactly what I was thinking too. So I have yet to get all the colors into it, but this is going to be one beautiful blanket when I'm done, because it's just incorporating all the little balls and the big balls of yarn that I have left over, and I just love making scrappy blankets. Now, I have a friend who I've just been talking with. She's an old friend from church, and we just got reconnected again. And I asked her if she was still crocheting, and she said she loves making scrappy blankets. So this is out to you, Melissa. If you're watching, I hope that you're having a great day crocheting your scrappy blankets, and I'm right there with you. I love doing them too. So what have you been up to?
Still working on my my homemade Christmas tree Christmas tree lights strand, and I'm making them out of
Felt.
felt. I'm like, I've figured out the shape. I cut out 3 of those shapes, and I'm making these teardrops, and I'm making these little tops to connect them to a strand. I have this blue and this white, and I just got done finishing up with the pinks, but I just haven't put the tops on them yet. So that just requires some glue.
Those look like strawberries. I love that.
Yeah. And I'm trying to kind of create an assembly line. So I've cut up the rectangle sizes for all of the big pieces, and even for the small pieces to make the tops just in that smaller size. They just have to be shaped. But once they're shaped, I put them in a separate bag with their colored thread so that they're ready to be sewn when I'm ready. So I do one full color at a time. I sit down and I just do it.
Yeah.
And so I keep, and then when I'm done, I give my hands a break of sewing, and I cut the next color, put it in there with its color thread, and then it's ready for the next day. I'm ready to do it.
Oh yeah, so assembly line.
Yes, I'm trying to give myself kind of like a good solid maybe 2 hours to get the next strand and the next cut, and then I'm ready to take a break, focus on some of my other projects while still getting this one done, because I'm trying to add one new homemade item to each year for my Christmas stuff.
Yeah.
Because of a tradition that is going to be coming alive tomorrow. I'm alluding because of little ears.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that we got that, and I contacted both of my sisters-in-law to ask about the kids. Now, one of my sisters-in-laws does foster care, so we have new kids this year, and I am just trying to learn as much as I can about them. Whereas the other one, I am just kind of trying to reacquaint my understanding as the boys are getting older. And what I asked for specifically was their favorite color and their favorite animal. Now, I got them, and I got them all set, and I am trying to create homemade gifts with what I already have, incorporating with what I now know about them. And what I'm trying to do is, I think I'm gonna make kind of similar to what my mom makes with her fun dangles, with like the keychain dangles that you make, but more kidified. So I'm gonna be either using plastic canvas or like cross stitch to make these little patches of their favorite animal. I want to make beads, do bead strands to make to highlight their favorite colors. And I'm thinking about getting beads with like their with letters to make their names and maybe the year that they were born, and kind of create like a whole collage of the different things that they like.
Nice.
And it can be a strand that they can put on their backpack, they can put it on their bag, whatever they want to adorn.
Yeah.
I was thinking maybe with some of the older boys, I might make it a pin so they can put it on something specifically more permanent outside of that. But what I've been doing is I'm looking up pixel art. Now, one of my nephews that I've had for a very long time, who is a forever kid from the foster situation, his name is Braxton, and I know he likes sharks, and so I figured out how to draw a shark jumping out of the water. Now, I attempted to do it with the cross stitch, not the cross stitch, the plastic canvas, which in retrospect, it's not like it's looking bad. It's not, but it's too big for what I'm trying to do. Because this would work if I'm making a magnet, but I want something that he's using. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it down to cross stitch size, and that will bring it down in size, and then I can make it work for either, like I said, making a pin that he can put on his jacket or anything, because he does play, I think he's learning how to play music, so he can put it on his instrument bag and stuff, or that he can attach as for attach on his bag, like a little chain. I'm trying to recognize the difference between how men dress up and how girls and women dress up, but I haven't gotten all of them done. But one of the new ones that I haven't met yet, she likes cats, and so I made a cat
And she also likes pink.
Yes, so I have the pink outline for the cat. These are just I just put in pixel art on Pinterest, and then with my grid paper, I mimicked the drawing. So that's what I did there. One of the kids likes horses. Now, this is not the first drawing I did of horse actually, but I did not like this one. And the only reason I didn't like it is because I did not feel like it would hang on a chain well. Because what part is up? That's not awkward. Now, I think this is a really nice one if I was trying to do like an art piece on the wall, but this wasn't gonna work for a keychain. So I chose this one instead, which I think is just as good. And then the last one I have completed is the tiger.
Ooh.
So, and then like I said, and each one I have sectioned all the colors that I used for each thing. And with some of them that has multiple different, like an oppressive amount of shades that are very similar to each other, what I also did is I made shapes inside the colors, so that when I look in those colors, I'm looking for the shapes as well, kind of like a paint by number situation, so that I wasn't getting confused.
Okay, that's cool.
The only one I kind of had to freelance was this guy because it was too big of an image. Like, it would take more pixels, so I kind of drew the shape over the grid and kind of mimicked some of the things to make it smaller. So like I said, the idea is that I want to make a colossal gift of all the things that they like, right? So like I said, beads that spell out their name. Some of them had more than one favorite color. So one of them loved black and red. So make like a something that has black and red in it. I thought with the girls, I'd make pom-poms to hang off of it. I don't know what I'm doing for the boys. I'm thinking about adding more than just one big thing like this. I know some of the boys like more things. So like Braxton that likes the sharks also likes cowboy stuff. So I was thinking about adding cowboy things to it. I know that Nicholas and I bond over video games. So there's a video game that him and I really like that I thought that he would like if I made like an image of that video game thing with it. And just a whole bunch of things, right? And I figured that would give some options and variety and kind of create an ability for me to be able to do something with the things I already have at the house, with things that are simple, that I think that will also be like, hey, I see you, the best way that I can. I know that there are things that hone in to make it a little bit easier. I remember when I was a kid and I had told people I liked keys, and people just thought that meant any key. And it became this burden where it felt like I couldn't redefine what that meant without hurting their feelings, because they thought that they were giving me something I liked where I was like, I didn't specify. And for me, it's kind of like, I do recognize I might be off the mark with some of the stuff, which is part of the reason I want it on a keychain where they can take it off, put it on, make it what they want, and they can take off what doesn't work for them and keep on what they like and add on what they want and whatever. I want it to kind of be almost like a charm bracelet, but something that is more gender neutral, right? Something that they can all have. They all go to school. They can put it on their school bag. They can do this. They can do that. But my mom's the one who does that more often than I do in the capacity that I'm wanting to do. Like, I've made keychains before, but it's only like a little dangle. This is going to require a little bit more her skill set. So I'm going to probably be asking her for help. Okay. Now, one of the littles that I started another project for is in earshot. So I can't actually show you what I have started, sadly. But I'm almost done with it. I started it yesterday. I'm almost done.
Well, that's good.
So
it doesn't take long then.
Oh, it's hurting my hand. you can see the rug. You can see the rash. I already
Yeah.
have. I have a burn from the yarn already. This thing's gonna be about this big when it's done. And it's
Okay.
huge. It's a lot bigger than I thought it was gonna be. I bought patterns. I'm really grateful. Little side tangent before we move on. Patterns are a weird thing. I love buying patterns from other creators. It is an addiction.
Well,
Of mine.
they've already thought it all out, so you don't have to.
Yes. And because I'm already actively about to start writing a pattern for another person who's requested it, I'm now realizing how much work it goes into that. And when I say, oh, I appreciate when it's already thought out. I am so grateful when it's already thought out. This person had a website, so I looked up what I was looking for on Google. I found a picture that was exactly what I wanted, and I clicked the link. It took me to their website, and it was very specifically their website, and I could buy it from their website. I went through all the things to buy the pattern from their website. I'm making this very clear, right? Now, I did make sure that their website had a secure payment method, otherwise I wouldn't have been using it, and it did. It had PayPal, so I knew it would be fine.
Right.
It wouldn't let me do it.
Oh.
And I was livid, because I'm just thinking, no, I'm buying this pattern from this creator, from this author, from this artist. She put in her time, she wants to be paid for it, and I want to pay her for it. Give me the pattern.
Yeah.
I was so mad. And then I was like, I'll just have to go to Etsy, I guess. I go to Etsy. She has an Etsy store. I find her, same woman, same patterns. I found more than one pattern for what I needed from her. I was able to buy it there. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm glad that I was still able to support her. But to say that I was a little irked, because in my brain, I'm like, Etsy's going to require a percentage of the profit
Yeah.
for hosting it. Whereas I was on her website, and she could have had all the money, but it wouldn't let me.
Oh my God.
I know that this is a small thing, but I want to support artists. And
Yeah.
yes, she put her stuff off on Etsy too, so I'm still supporting her. And I bought more than one pattern from her. But it was one of those things where I was like, why is this not working? Sorry, I shook the table. Why is it not working? Like, I put in the effort and then it just slaps me in the face. What is up with that?
Right.
But I am practically down to the last bits. I should be able to finish this project today. If I had not had anything else interrupting me yesterday, I would have started and finished it yesterday, and it would have exhausted my hands, but I would have done it. I'm going to be propelling myself through so many toys because I have so much to do. And we're on the 4th installment of the Craftiest time of the year. So that means we only have a month away from Christmas.
It's already less than a month.
What's today?
26.
Wait, what?
Oh!
Yesterday was a month.
Oh, and on top of it, my son's birthday is like 2 weeks after Christmas. So guess who has that to look forward to as well? And I was on eBay. Oh, if I had time, I'd be telling you about eBay, but then little ears would be hearing it. So that's a story for next week when they're in school. But eBay, remind me. Oh, we have talks. Do you know? No, we're telling it right now. Do you know that when you put a bid in, it will not let you pay in full at that moment?
I don't know what that means.
It means when you look for an item, there's 2 options you have. So the person that put on the item can set up an auctioning bid, meaning that you can outbid people for that thing. And if the person selling it says, I will take that person's highest offer, and that will be what I'm getting
Okay.
as payment. Or you could, so the person will put in what they want for their lowest start of the bid. This person put 20. I put 22 because nothing had started. So I was like, okay, because to buy it in full, like buy now and cancel the auction, was $35 plus the shipping, shipping. And that would have been about $40 afterward, which isn't that bad for what I'm getting. But I was like, if I can get it lower, I'm gonna get it lower. But the auction doesn't end for another 5 days. So there's a part of me that's like, the extra $15 isn't that bad if you're really thinking about it, because how big could it get?
Yeah.
In 5 days. And this was the lowest that this item was anywhere that I looked everywhere. Once you put in a bid, you can't buy it now. Once you put in a bid, you lock yourself in and you can't do the $35 because you've agreed to try to get it lower. I screwed myself out of the option of buying now. Well, my husband looked at me. He's done eBay before. And he said, who else has looked at it? I said, I'm the third person who's just hearted it. The bid has been probably going on for a little bit, and we're only 5 days in, and I'm the first person to put a bid on. And he's like, I doubt you're going to have a problem.
Right.
He's like, but just follow it. Otherwise, I don't know what to tell you. And I'm like, I need this thing for my boy. I found the perfect gift. Like, no. And I'm just like, no. He's there. I can't tell you what it is, but, oh.
I thought you were talking still about Etsy. I didn't know Etsy. I thought Etsy was doing...
eBay.
Yeah. So eBay, I do know that they do auctions. I never do those. I always just pay it now or buy it now.
But it was a $15 difference.
I know. But what I'm saying is I don't even look at the auctions. I just, if it's still there, I just say buy it now, and I don't even let the other people.
I've considered asking other people to find it and then pay them to buy it now, because I don't want to lose it. I don't want to get it for anything higher than that price. But again, I could be getting it for lower than that price. It just requires me to wait, and I'm impatient. Because I want to know.
So you only have 2 more days?
No.
You have 5 more days.
Yeah.
Oh. I see. I'm just.
By next week, you'll know what my fate is. Okay? By next week, you will know.
For me, I would just buy it now and have it by next week. That's just my thinking. I'm just different.
It would require, if I did that, I don't have, well, that's a conversation for out of this video. You're getting me sidetracked. I'm getting myself sidetracked, not, okay, I'm gonna breathe.
Wait.
So,
Okay, so.
here's the canoodle. What?
This is our quote for today.
Okay.
Whenever we get to it.
What is the other thing?
The name of the person.
That did the quote? Mm-hmm. Oh, gotcha. Understood. It's all good. Normally we're much more set, but the reason why it is a day, my dad and my husband are in the garage trying to fix a car
Brakes.
because
And
it's
it's-
sleeting outside.
Yeah, it's bad
And
weather.
it's just been a day. So we normally discuss our quotes, so I was confused by this note because I hadn't seen it yet.
The other day, I was watching Alyssa and the Books on YouTube.
Okay.
She is doing Novel November, so she does an episode every day of November.
Okay.
And I'm watching 3 different people who are doing that. And so she said something while she was doing her episode, and it was like, That's my quote for this week. So what she said was, creativity is the opposite of anxiety. If you're anxious, create. And I'm like, oh, that is so our channel. That is what we do.
Yeah, that...
And so
Yeah.
her name is Alyssa Haagenson. Haagenson. So creativity is the opposite of anxiety. If you're anxious, create. I just love that. It's something that's been keeping me going ever since the diagnosis, even before that. If I've got something to do in my hands, I'm not thinking about things. And so the anxiety is at bay, because anxiety with Crohn's can make it worse. So we're trying not to do that. We're trying to have a relaxed atmosphere and a relaxed mind so that I don't get worse. So, and that was just the perfect quote. When I heard that the other day, I wrote it down right away, and then I had to go into her description to figure out her last name. I knew her first name, but yep, she always starts her videos, "Hi, I'm Alyssa. I write books." And I love that. So,
2 things pop into my head. One, and I know it's gonna be weird, but dogs. Okay? Dogs. I learned that when a dog is really scared or anxious, one of the fastest way to know whether you're going to be able to get them out of that state is to get their nose working.
oh, okay.
So if they're anxious, their whole entire body's on lockdown, and they are ready for anything to happen. And the thing that they're using at that moment is not only their instincts, but their eyes. But if you can get their nose working, then other parts of their brain starts to activate.
Oh.
And that grounds them. That gives them something else to focus on than just their fear.
Yes.
Which is why people who try to rescue dogs try to bring treats to get their noses working. Not just to do the whole trail into the cage thing, but because it's a sign of, if they can get their nose working, then their brain isn't thinking that this person's going to hurt them.
Yeah.
So it's one of those. Secondly, it's one of the things that I think about for myself, right? Through therapy, I have learned that when you're anxious, grounding yourself using the 5 senses is one of the best things that you can do to try to help yourself get out of that moment, because that moment is more in your head than it is just external. So because it's so intensely felt, not that it isn't an external thing, because things can be overwhelming externally, but when it's big in your brain, it could be bigger than your brain can make it bigger than anything that's actually happening, right? So the best thing that you can do is activate the 5 senses. Touch, sight, smell, hear, or taste. If you can try to activate one of those things to try to get yourself to realize where you're at and kind of control the narrative from taking over in your brain, you have a higher chance of getting out of that anxious part of your brain and get other parts of your brain activated so that you can figure out what you're going to do. And breathing. But the other thing, and it's something that we talk about, is meditation. Learning how to feel calm and learning how to get yourself in a state of calm is very important. Because sometimes people don't even know how to do that for themselves. They live in such a constant state of anxiety that they don't know how to be calm. They don't know how to practice being calm. And it's part of the reason why I like my crafting. It's not only challenging for the brain and fun, but it's also relaxing. The state of sitting, you could even walk with your craft, but even just the state of consistency with your body, no matter whether you're sitting or walking, paired with the rhythmic motion of whatever it is that's in your hand. It activates your eyes, it activates your body, and it could activate your smell if you're choosing to also incorporate maybe some nice smelling drinks or a candle, or if you're walking outside while you're doing it. And it can activate not your taste necessarily, but even sound, hearing the rhythm of what you're doing in your hands, hearing it, it can be a form of meditation. And because of that, and because a lot of people find that the act of doing yarn crafting does that for them, it becomes their coping mechanism.
Yeah.
It is something that is highly productive while requiring them to do something that is not highly taxing on the body. Because even if you're choosing to walk, you can't walk very fast while doing it. There's a sense of giving yourself a break while also being able to get something done that is very rewarding, and also put your body in a set of reset, almost like a default setting. And it is very important to have that in your life. It doesn't have to be crafting. Other people have woodworking, other people have painting, other people have drawing, other people have doing puzzles, other people have video games, other people have numerous reading. It doesn't have to be crocheting or knitting or, cross stitch or whatever, or beading. The reality is that if you find the thing that helps balance out the overwhelming parts of your life with some parts of your life that you know always keep you grounded and centered, then you always know how to get yourself back into focus. Yeah. That if you need your brain to calm down, all you have to do is create. If you need the anxiety to stop, all you have to do is get it focused on something else that is not as taxing. And do that. Like you said, just like the dog, if you're only worried that something's coming after you, then you can't get that nose working, right? And I know that sounds silly, but it's true. Sometimes we have to find the different ways to activate different parts of our brain, because if it's only working on, kind of like fight, flight, those, survival things, then you're not going to be able to stay grounded and figure out what you need to do. Right. And for me, when I'm crocheting or I'm knitting or I'm this, it also gives my body the ability to think through stuff too. Right. In one end, it allows my body not to have to think. And another part, it gives my body enough time to sit down to actually think through something I've been wanting to try to give myself time to be pensive on. Right. Yeah. You're giving yourself a time to either turn your brain off or give yourself time to think through something.
Yes. Yes.
No matter what, you're giving yourself time with you, and you're investing in you.
Yes.
And that is one of the most important things that you can do, because your relationship with yourself is the most important relationship that you have to continue to invest in, because you live with you every single day. And you live with your thoughts, and you live with your inner voice, and you need to find your inner peace. So, creativity is the opposite of anxiety. If you have anxiety, create, by Alyssa Haagenson from Alyssa and the Books. She is on YouTube. Yeah. She sounds really cool.
She is.
So, as always, we hope that you enjoyed today. And we can't wait to see you for the 5th Craftiest Time of the Year episode, where hopefully I'm able to show you a little bit more. And we have more to show
And
you.
we'll be in December.
Don't start. It's less than a month from Christmas.
I know.
So until next time, we can't wait to see you, and we hope that you are able to get all your stuff done as well, and that you stitch your way
To mental health.